Select the one word or phrase that needs to be used in place of the underlined text to make the sentence correct, or indicate that the underlined text is not in error. This little Brazilian town of 6,000 people is apocalyptic. Abandoned, tumble-down houses, streets that end abruptly in sand. Before looking at our choices, let's see if we can find an error in the underlined phrase. As we can see, there's a semicolon right in the middle. A semicolon's main job is to separate two independent clauses. That is, two clauses that include a subject, predicate, and express complete thoughts. Our first clause, this little Brazilian town of 6,000 people is apocalyptic, is independent. The subject is this little Brazilian town, and the predicate is apocalyptic. The second clause, however, abandoned tumble-down houses, streets that end abruptly in sand, is not. It could be a subject, but because the subject doesn't have a predicate attached to it, it's not considered an independent clause. This being the case, we can see that a semicolon wouldn't be an appropriate way of connecting these two clauses. With this in mind, let's take a look at our choices to see what alternatives they offer. B. Apocalyptic, abandoned. This choice separates the two clauses with a colon. A colon's job is to introduce lists, examples, and explanations, which would work perfectly in our context. The town was just described as apocalyptic, and the words following the colon help describe exactly in which way the town is apocalyptic. It's abandoned, with tumble-down houses and streets that end abruptly in sand. Because of this, the colon is a great fit in this context, and is likely our answer. But let's take a look at our remaining choices just to be sure. C. Apocalyptic, abandoned. This choice uses a comma to separate these two adjectives. However, the comma doesn't clearly signal the relationship between the two parts of the sentence. As we discussed in the previous choice, abandoned describes the town, and the following adjectives serve to describe in what ways exactly the town is abandoned. This being the case, a comma isn't strong enough here, and this choice can be marked as incorrect. And D. Apocalyptic, abandoned, no punctuation. If a comma wasn't strong enough to establish the relationship between these two clauses, then no punctuation at all will definitely not do. As we've established throughout these choices, we definitely need something here. It's just a question of what. This being the case, we can mark this choice off and mark our original answer, choice B, as our final answer.